Hello there. Welcome to class. I'm Miss South. Please make sure you get out your notes on the parts of speech. Remember, we've done the noun, the pronoun, and the adjective. We're going to tackle the verb today and then the adverb. Now, the adverb goes very well with the adjective. Remember, the adjective is a descriptor, so is the adverb. Okay, but in order to understand the adverb, we need to make sure we understand the verb. So are you ready to take down some notes? Yes, you are. You got your pencil, you got a pen, okay, paper. All right. So let's do this. So as I said, we are dealing with parts of speech. So we've got the verb today and the adverb, which means after today's lesson, we'll have covered 5 of the 8. So we'll have the noun, the pronoun, the verb, the adjective, and the adverb. 3 to go, okay? Down the road, 3 to go. Get excited. Don't you worry. We'll have all 8 covered before you know it. Okay. The verb is easy. All you need to remember is the word action. Okay, you might say, wait a minute, wasn't plot action? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Action. So is the verb. It's all about action. Okay? There are 2 types. One is your doing and one is your state of being. No action really occurs here, but it's still considered a verb. Okay, so let's look at doing. When we're talking about the doing verbs, yes, that's exactly it. You are actually doing something, such as talking, such as running, such as singing, dancing, reading, writing, sleeping, eating, what have you. All about doing something. So that's an easy one. Let's turn to state of being. Now, before I do, please make sure that you jot down these notes. Okay? Because they may help you down the road. You never know. There might be a test. There could be. You never know. Okay? All right. So a state of being is exactly just that. It's a state of being. Okay? We have 4 verbs that we are concerned with when we talk about the state of being verbs. They are is, are, was, were. No action happens. Here is an example. With the doing, that was easy. He is reading a book. With state of being, we're talking about, for instance, he is tall. Okay? So if we had to label, and that's what I'm going to show you, okay? If we had to label, that would be, this is what I'm going to do. He is what? What part of speech? Yes, it is your pronoun. So this is what labeling is all about. Tall is what? Tall describes the pronoun he. So it's your adjective. Good job. Adjective. Now, what is? If we come over here, which one of these? Yes, state of being. Now, can we is anything? Can we is tall? No. It's a matter of you are tall. You're being. That's it. So we're talking about to be verbs. For some people, these are easy to remember when they think of to be, we'll put that in quotation marks, verbs. There's no action, but it's still considered a verb. In a sense, it's actionless. Okay. So here we're talking about a verb. So right now I have labeled this sentence, pronoun, verb, adjective. If you were to ask which type of verb, you would say state of being. This is a nice way to remember the verbs. Think of them as being to be verbs. Okay? Are there any questions? Obviously, the doing ones are easy, as I said before. He reads books. So let's put that up there. He reads books. So he's doing something. So label, pronoun, books is your noun, right? It's a thing, okay? And reads is what? We come over here. Ah, it's doing, isn't it? So it's your verb. Questions? Nope. Okay. So let's go on to the more difficult. So your noun, pronouns, and verbs will probably be the easiest of the parts of speech. We'll end with another easy one. In other words, our 8th one should be an easy one too. Okay, now, you might say that's all you need to know about verbs. There's past tense, present tense, simple future, past, all of that. I'm not going to have you worry about that. I'm not going to have you memorize a list of past tense verbs and all that. No, no, no. Okay, this is the important part. Okay, this is what you need to be aware of. Okay, so if there are no questions, none at all? All right, let's move on. We are talking about the adverb. Look at this. Look at this. We have ad as an adjective. And look right here. We have verb. So yes, indeed, we do need to tackle the verb before we do the adverb. And it is a type of descriptor, just like the adjective. But the adjective describes what? What two parts of speech does the adjective describe? Looking at your notes, video. Don't forget video. If you didn't take notes, yes, your noun or pronoun. Exactly. Good job. So your adverb does a little bit more. It tackles 3 parts of speech. It describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So it has those 3. So it tackles the more difficult ones. Now, your verb is the one that's quite often described. It's going to be the easier one of the 3. Okay, what I need you to know other than this is, as in the adjective, which is how many, which one, which kind, the adverb has questions also. These are the 3 key questions. I'm going to tell you right now, your adverb quite often doesn't look like an adverb. You look and you go, no, that's got to be a noun. No, it could be a noun, but it's not being used as a noun. It's being used as an adverb, so you have to be very careful. Sometimes you'll have a pronoun and you go, oh, it's a pronoun. Oh, and you find out, oh no, it's not a pronoun. It's being used as an adjective. So you've got to learn. Okay, yes, technically it's this part of speech, but it's being used as this. So be very careful when trying to figure out the parts of speech when it comes to labeling. Okay? So you have these 3 questions for the adverb. How, when, where. So again, the answer to those questions may be, well, that's an adverb? Doesn't look like one. Yep, so true. Okay? So if you can't remember this, ask yourself, if you're told, I need you to label each word in the sentence. And you're going, okay, I can't remember, I don't know what this is. Does it answer the question of how? When, where? Oh, it answers where? Then it's probably going to be what? An adverb that quite often will be describing a verb. Okay? So ask yourself, does it say the answer to the how question, to the where, when? Okay. Now, as with the adjective, I gave you a list. Numbers, colors, and the 3 articles. They're technically articles, but they function as adjectives. A, not and, the, T-H-E. Okay? Those are all going to be adjective. Same thing with your adverbs. Your ly words, quite often, with exceptions, will be adverbs. Not adverb. Very adverb. Be very careful with the not. You know how we have contractions? He could not see. Okay? That's what it would be if you didn't have the contraction. Couldn't. If I said label that, he would be pronoun, see would be a verb, and most people would say couldn't is a verb. No, it's not. Break up, couldn't. Could not. Could is a verb. Not is an adverb. Be careful. So if you get confused with the contractions, remember, a sign of formality is not a contraction. is showing the contraction as the two words. It really is. Could not. So that's something to remember with your essays. Okay? All right. Now with ly, I want you to look at an example right up here. Okay, I did say there are exceptions. I'm not going to have you memorize them. Okay? Don't worry about that. Here's an example. It is a slow turtle. Okay? Turtle is your noun, isn't it? Okay? Slow is doing what? It's describing turtle, isn't it? So it's an adjective. So yes, here we're using slow as an adjective. Okay? This too would be an adjective. Is what? State of being verb. It is what? Pronoun. Exactly. So here, slow is being used as an adjective. But now, look what happened. I decided to add an ly. Can we say it is a slowly turtle? No, we can't. No, we can't, right? Okay. He walked slowly. We added the ly right here. We went to there. How did he walk? How did he walk? Here's your how question. How did he walk? Slowly. It's now an adverb. So there are words that when you add an ly, and quite often teachers will say in lower grades, a good way to note adverbs is just look at the end of the word. If there's an ly, guess what? You got an adverb. There's some exceptions, and I always like to use this one. You know how there's a title of a story, so to speak? The Ugly Duckling. Ugly describes duckling, the noun. Guess what? There is no such thing as ugly. So guess what? Ugly, which ends in ly, never turns into an adverb. It's an exception. So you gotta be careful. Okay? So sometimes you can test it. If you're not quite sure if it's gonna be an adverb or not, and you're looking at the questions going, yeah, I'm not really answering it, but test it. Ugly duckling. Ugly duckling. Can that describe the duckling? Can that work? Yep, it can. Forget it. It's an adjective. All right, so be very careful. Very, very careful. So how did he walk? Slowly. So words such as, the quick dog. Quick is what? An adjective because it describes dog, the noun. But if I say to you, I got it. He ran quickly across the street. Is quickly still an adjective? No, it's not. Because it answers the question, how? How did he run across the street? Quickly. Does that make sense? Okay. So yes. So slowly describes the verb walked. Okay. How did he walk? Any questions about that? Okay. So let's look at the verbs that we have up here. We have this as a verb, right? Since we just tackled verbs. And then we have this as a verb. So right here we have a state of being and doing, don't we? Okay. Let's look at another example. Remember how I said they don't always look like adverbs? And that was a hint toward the ly, the words with the ly. Okay. They went home yesterday. Do any of those words look like adverbs? No, they don't. Okay. Here we go. I already got it labeled, so, okay. So here we go. Ooh. Let's do this. Here's your verb. We'll circle that. Another verb. Is it a state of doing or doing? A state of being. Sorry, that's cute. State of being or doing. It is doing, exactly. Okay. Where did they go? does that look like an adverb? No, it doesn't, but it's an adverb. Exactly. It's an adverb. So home equals adverb. Going back to what word? The verb went. When did they go? Yesterday. Does that look like an adverb? No, but guess what? It is an adverb. And they both go to went. Where did they go? When did they go? Okay, does that make sense? So you got to be very careful. Adverbs don't always look like adverbs. Example, a lot of students might say home is a noun because it's a place. Sorry, it's not being used as a noun. It's describing where. Okay. Same thing with yesterday. Could be considered a concept, an idea, a time. That kind. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So you might say, "Oh, it's a noun. It's an idea of time and all that." No, sorry. It's describing when. When did we go? Okay, so notice that. So the adverb is the more challenging of the two descriptors of the adjective or the adverb. Okay, it's the more challenging. But both can be fun. Okay, if there are no questions, if you have any, please contact me. Otherwise, we go over to the assignment section. Here's your assignment. Make sure you get this down. It's 2 parts. Number 1, I want you to list 5 doing verbs. Please do not use any of the verbs that I have on the board or even mentioned. Be original. Be creative. Okay. Number 2, I want you to turn beautiful into an adverb and then use that word in a sentence. Please underline the word. Okay? So take beautiful, and you might want to put a pause on the video and copy this down. Take beautiful, switch it into an adverb, like I did. I took slow and turned it into an adverb, didn't I? From slow turtle to walking slowly. Okay, so turn beautiful into an adverb and put it into a sentence, underline, okay? There we go. Perfect example, okay? So underline the word once you turned it into an adverb. Okay, and that is due for today. That is your assignment today. When you're done with it, you know what to do. Send it on off to me. Okay? And I wish you a very happy day. Till next class period, take care. Bye-bye.